Hi YouTube. Um, it's been quite a long time since my last video, and I apologize. Um, I have been extremely busy, and then when I finally get some downtime, honestly, I just don't feel like making a video. I'm not the best YouTuber ever. Um, so I'm gonna try to make this a two-part. I'll do my labor and delivery in another video. And this, I'll just do a little bit of postpartum and introduce you to Wyatt. He is now, well, in a few days, he'll be 6 weeks old, and he's amazing, and I love him, and he's perfect. I'm not sure if you can hear him in the background. He's grunting. He's in his swing. He's kind of waking up, so gotta make this quick. Um, let's see. He is not strictly breastfeeding. Um, we do supplement with formula every great once in a while. I try to stay clear from it, but I don't have a very good milk supply, so we don't really have a choice. I'm doing everything in my power to get it up, but it's just not working. I'm taking I don't know what it's called, fenugreek, I think. It's a supplement. It's supposed to help your milk supply, and then I'm nursing, and pumping, and it's just not very good. So it kind of bums me out, but what do you do? He is a pretty good baby. Only time when he fusses is when he's hungry. So when he's crying, that's what I know what he needs. He doesn't cry when he's wet. He doesn't cry when he's gassy. It's just when he's hungry. He's just the best. I just love him. He um, sleeps pretty much. When he was first born, it was every 2 hours he would wake up, and so we weren't getting much sleep. But I didn't care. It's fine. And now it's like last night he actually got quite a bit of sleep. It totally shocked me. He probably slept for 4.5, 5 hours. So that was nice. Mommy got a little break. Um, and yeah, so I will show you after I talk about my postpartum because I don't want him to start crying. Um, so it has been a little tough because I had a C-section, and recovery for a C-section is pretty tough. And yeah, so maybe I won't do labor and delivery. Maybe I'll just make it a quick one because, yeah, just because he's waking up. Okay, so we'll just do labor and delivery. I'm all scattered brain, so I am so sorry. Labor and delivery. So Thursday, let me think. Thursday, February 18th, I went in for my doctor's appointment, and the week prior we found out he was breech. So we scheduled a C-section for March 1st. Well, anyways, went in February 18th in the morning, and I had been feeling sick for a few days. Turns out I had a fever, and just a low-grade fever, and a cough, and my blood pressure was high. So because of those things, they wanted to check me out, so they sent me upstairs to get tested to see where his heart rate was, and sure enough, it was racing. It was really, really high, back up to 170s, so they were concerned about that, so they admitted me. They put me on fluids, and to see if that would work. Well, a different doctor came in, and she saw how swollen I was, saw my blood pressure, and she's like, okay, we're going to admit you for tonight, and we're going to run a 24-hour urine to make sure you're not pre-eclampsia. So I was not very happy about that. I did not want to stay in the hospital all night, but I want to make sure he was okay. So I was all right with staying on fluids all night long to make sure my temperature stayed down and that his heart rate wasn't racing. So we did that, and then the next morning, so 24 hours didn't happen until I was admitted at like noon. So at noon the next day, a different doctor came in, a doctor I hadn't seen. These two doctors I hadn't seen. He came in and told me I had mild preeclampsia. In my urine, you're supposed to have under 300 in your for protein. I had just over 300. It was like 350 or something. So he was like, "Here's the deal. You're almost full term." I was just shy of 38, just shy, 1 day shy. So he said, "We can do your C-section today," which scared me, or you can wait a few days until this cold is gone, but who knows how long that's going to take. And I decided to go ahead and do the C-section because you could tell, you know how doctors won't tell you what to do, but you could tell he really was wanting me to get the C-section. And at that point, he was full term, I was uncomfortable, the swelling was ridiculous, and I was really sick and very just not happy, and I was like, okay. Even though I was terrified, I knew I was having a C-section, but just the fact that it was like, okay, we're doing it today, it just was pretty scary. So, within an hour and a half, I was in the room getting a C-section. And my parents and my husband's parents were flying out a week later, so for our scheduled C-section. So before I went in for the C-section, we were on the phone with them trying to figure it out. And my mom and my little sister were able to get a plane ticket for the next day, and his parents decided to wait so we have more help for longer. So anyways, go in, and I had to drink this stuff to help settle my stomach, and let me tell you people, I was so scared. I was shaking so bad. Surgery is really scary, and I like the fact that I didn't have time to think about it too much, though. They were just like, okay, here we go, sign this, do this, and so they wheeled me back, and I was more terrified of the epidural, and but okay, so they sit me on the bed, they hunch me over, and they say, okay, we're doing it, and it was nothing. I mean, a tiny pinch, and basically it felt like they were like, okay, you're gonna feel a warm sensation go down, and I did, but I liked the warm sensation. It was nice. It was like soothing, and then you feel like when your foot's asleep, the tingling, it's like intense of tingling, just really intense, and then about 5 minutes later, I was numb. And he tested me by breaking a popsicle stick and scratching my leg and asking if you could feel that, and then scratching my arm and comparing it. And it was so funny because he's like, I know you can feel the pressure of it, but can you feel the pain of it? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I can feel it, so don't do it yet, don't cut me. Like, I was I was ridiculous. He got to the point where he scratched me without telling me, and then he looked at me and he was like, can you feel that? And I was like, oh, no. So, yeah. And then, I'm checking my time. I might have to make this a 2-part. So, hold a sec.